Hey everyone, it's Kong again, back with another Ys Online video, and we watched the intro movie last time. Now the servers are open, so we're going to be able to start the game. And we begin the game with goddess questions. This is a familiar trope. We've seen this with Langrisser. You basically answer the questions of the goddess, and it determines what she thinks your starting class or your starting character should be. These kind of games really love to have like a sexy goddess figure. So one important thing to note here. You're answering these questions. I know a lot of people feel stressed out by this. They don't want to answer the questions wrong and have a class that they don't want. And I understand that, but you don't have to worry with this game because it does let you choose your class after this. So this is really just a formality. If people like the idea of having these kind of abstracted ways of defining your character, I'm just going to pick all the top options, which are kind of the warrior options. And then you'll get to see how we get to choose our class after this. So it is going to recommend that I be a warrior. But you can choose your class, and then it shows all the selections here. So this is the character that it's recommending for me. I'll go through them all so you can see their little intro animations. It's kind of a cute little way to sell the classes to you. It gives you a little preview of what their skills are, and also of how they're going to be able to promote later. So the warrior will be able to promote into this knight character, or berserker, and they're basically like offensive or defensive tank or warrior type characters. We can also choose a mage, who can promote into an ice mage, or a fire mage. The animations are pretty smooth, they look pretty nice. I also like the more heavily cel-shaded, it's like leaning towards cel shading. I like that character art style as well. I mean, we're all familiar with this art style by now. So, okay, the priest character class is under ranger. So if you want to be like a healer or a priest, ranger is the starting class you're going to want. And of course, we've got the assassin who's going to promote into this very typical anime-looking ninja, or a pirate. I assume this is my name, and it doesn't look like I'm able to click on this for the beta. I am going to start as a warrior just because I like that kind of default basic. He's about as basic as it looks. I like to start as a basic. Oh! I just got a little name entry field there very briefly. Well, I wonder if it's based on, like, I clicked on a specific place? This might be some beta test feedback. I don't know if you can only play with a random name, but I saw a little name entry field pop up briefly for a second. I don't know if that came up on the video or not. Let's see if I can get it back. This is a good testing experience. Anyway, I'm not going to belabor this. I'm not going to spend all your time video watching of me trying to hunt pixels on this beta test entry thing. As long as it doesn't make me keep my beta character's name, you can also randomize it. Tristan Picard. That's a pretty funny name. Anyone who knows me from Langrisser knows my brother is Tristan, and Picard is a starship captain. Let's just start as warrior Tristan Picard and see what happens. So we are going to get another little intro cutscene. And sure enough, this is mirroring the intro of the original Ys 6. So we're not really starting with the world kind of already established. It doesn't look like you have to have played Ys 6 to get what's happening in this game. Here's our boy, the red-headed warrior, washed up on the shore. Oh, it looks like I'm washed up with him. That's cute. Okay, so this is kind of going to be the tutorial section. I'm playing this on a laptop, so the touch controls are going to be a little awkward since I don't have two inputs. I can basically move into place and then bring my cursor over here to start tapping on skills and attacks. Alright, this is all pretty straightforward so far. Basically button mashing, but without buttons. Screen mashing.
Almaが見出した使いか。やめるんだ、エルンソ。だがもう何もかも手遅れだ。
Setting up this conflict between Alma and Adol and Ernst.
箱が暴走すれば、このさあ凡人よ。
Sweet, I'm already injured. I'm looking forward to fighting this boss guy. Let's see what this super move is. Oh, you get 3 charges of Wind Cutter. And then you have to wait for the cooldown. Okay, so skills relatively spammable. I'm sure that will increase as we level up. And he previews his AoE attack direction. Oh, and I used my attack and moved myself into the AoE. That was nice. So I'm dead. That reminds me of Final Fantasy XIV, how they preview where the attack is going to go, and one of the skill features of the game is making sure you don't get hit by that stuff. Alright, so that was obviously a set battle to show me that this super mean end boss is much too powerful for me. Meeting some new characters. Alright, so now we're into chapter 1. We've got Alma as the background here. Alright, and we are just getting the intro to how to move about the world and do stuff. Oh, look at all that gear. Adventure Essentials. So nice. Teaching me how to use my equipment. Let's do it. Establishing this little 3D village. Oh, it's going to throw me right into monster combat right away. Well, try our new skill. Just wailing on it. So for these short little battles, it's fine to just make sure your skills are never really on cooldown. You can spam your skills. Okay, so we got a soul card for this little woof. Let's go check it out. Here's where our soul cards go. Okay, so you use these soul cards in your gear slots to provide you with different boosts. It's automatically walking me through most of this tutorial so far.
Alma 様、どうか私たちに導きを。10年が過ぎた今、このカナンの地で何が起こる？ごめんなさい。アドルさん、これから。
This is pretty funny that I'm basically tagging along with Adol this whole time.
森には魔獣の群れもいる。魔獣もそうだが、オルハがつぶやいていた。烈風剣。
This is definitely going to feel better on a real touchscreen, especially when you get into later boss fights. Where you need to have a bit more maneuverability. And probably quicker timing, or reaction time. I'm just kind of casually floating back and forth between each side of the screen here. Very easy against tutorial bad guys, but we'll see what happens when we get later into the game. Which I don't think I'll be doing during the beta test. Now, if there's one thing I know about these kinds of gacha intro tutorial sections, is that they'll really hold your hand and keep you going. Like, there's not going to be a real defined stopping point for me to stop here. Okay, so this is all very linear so far, but of course I'm not going to say no to a side quest. Anyway, my point being, there's not going to be a real natural place to kind of stop this video, other than maybe here. So you see, they're going to drag us through kind of the whole intro story, which may be a few hours long, but for the purpose of breaking up videos, I think I'm going to stop it now. We've got the intro, how you choose your character class and what they all look like, and the basics of walking around and hitting stuff. Beyond that, we're going to just learn more about the world and how to build our character, which I think makes more sense to have in a separate video for easier piecing it up and watching them in order like that. So I'm going to stop in the middle of this little story section, and we'll pick up when I have a little bit more control and a little bit more of a view of my character screen and the different ways that you can build and upgrade your characters. So hopefully that's a little something juicy to chew on now while we're waiting for the full version of the game to come out. I'll have another video up soon, so thank you so much for watching this one, and I'll catch you in the next one.